Prince William said he's grateful to Princess Diana for showing him another part of society that he would not have been exposed to. The Prince of Wales, 40, spoke about a visit to homelessness charity The Passage in 1993 with his late mother and brother Prince Harry, which opened his eyes. For this year's Red Nose Day with comic relief, the royal spoke candidly to volunteer reporters Miles and Noshan on a podcast of another charity, Groundswell. William, who is now patron of The Passage, said he was grateful that Diana took him there as he saw the challenges that face people in all walks of life. He told the Listen Up podcast, "It started off with a visit to The Passage with my mother a long time ago, and I think it opened my eyes to some of the challenges that face people in all walks of life." I think that's quite crucial to reiterate, because I think a lot of people live in bubbles sometimes and they don't really, they might care, but they won't really go and look and understand what's going on. That's not necessarily because they don't want to, it's just because they're not exposed to it. They don't really see it, or they don't maybe have the curiosity to go, or our lives are so busy they don't have the time to go and do all of that. He added, "I am really grateful that my mother took me and showed me another part of society that I probably wouldn't have exposure to." It piqued an interest at the time, because the kind of characters that I met were incredible, they were wonderful people. And the stories, albeit, obviously, at the time it was kept quite light for me at that age, gradually as my interest got deeper into it, and I spent more time talking to people, I've always come away hugely inspired by what I've heard. You know, deeply troubling and deeply traumatic, and frankly should never happen stories, but at the end of it I am utterly in awe of what they've been through, and how they've managed to get themselves back to where they are, in a relatively safe normal space that they want to be in. Elsewhere, the prince highlighted how the pandemic proved homelessness could be ended due to people rallying together. He said, "Something has changed in the psyche maybe around homelessness since the pandemic. For those in the sector, the pandemic showed we can end homelessness. Not so much like a magic wand, but we got everyone off the streets and we got people into accommodation. Now there is still more work to be done there, but the point is we had a bit of an alliance where we said actually this isn't just an aspiration, it can be done. If there's a will, then there is a way to do it." William went on to address the stigma around homelessness, saying that any of us can be a few steps away from being homeless. He said through years of speaking to people, the common misconception is that there is a certain type of person who becomes homeless. Elsewhere he said, "Regular people become homeless, not just anyone. It is achievable to fix and we can do that, and that excites me." That interests me to really turn the dial up. What I'm trying to work towards is that homelessness is rare, it's brief and it's non-recurrent. Groundswell works with people with experience of homelessness, offering opportunities to contribute to society and create solutions to homelessness.